Alright guys, my name is Kenan and welcome back to another video where today we are not playing, sharing we're doing a list. So I love roller coasters. Roller coasters are my thing. I know a lot about roller coasters, I hope. And I said, why not just upload a PowerPoint of my top 10 favorite roller coasters to my YouTube channel. So without further ado, at East Coast Coaster Nerds list, let's get started with my number 10 coaster being Intimidator at Carowinds. This is a B&M hypercoaster, 232 feet tall, 75 miles per hour, and has a length of 5,316 feet. Going in, I did not expect much from this coaster. I didn't expect too much share time. I sat in the back, and I thought it was great. It's the best being a hyper I've been on. It's a really good ride, and of course, it's not the best coaster in the park, but it's still a really good being up hyper when it comes to the ones I've been on. Number 9 is Afterburner, also at Carowinds. This is a B&M invert, 113 feet tall, 62 miles per hour, and a length of 2,956 feet of track. This is a really intense B&M invert. I also sat in the back in this ride. This is a really intense B&M invert. I had this argument with my dad that Afterburner is better than Guys, but that's just us. It has a really good theme of airplanes, really intense, and the inversions are pretty good. The Batwing is great. Like if I compare it to other inverts that I've been on, like Montu and Batman the Ride or Raptor, this is probably the best one I've been on. Number 8 is Kumba at Busch Gardens, Tampa. This is a beat-up sit-down coaster, the height of 143 feet tall. Don't know if that's correct, but fact check me. The speed is 60 miles per hour. Also don't know if that's correct, but fact check me. And a length of 3,978 feet. I'm pretty sure that's correct. This is a really intense coaster. Has a floorless layout. I think it's the best coaster at Busch Gardens, Tampa. It is I've heard good things about it. I heard it's overrated. What I wanted. It was good. It was great actually, and it lived up to the expectations as well. Number 7 is Millennium Force at Cedar Point. Cedar Point has Cedar Point has an amazing top 3, and Millennium Force would be number 3. The height has a height of 310 feet, a speed of 95 miles per hour, and a length of 6,595 feet tall. The last time I wrote this was in 2018, and I thought it was great. Not too forceful, but not too forceless as well. And I personally think that this ride, it's not the best Giga Coaster, but it deserves the hype to an extent in which I at first I did think it was kind of overrated, but when I wrote it another time, I thought it was amazing. So Millennium Force is all in all is a pretty good ride. Number 6 is Intimidator 305 at King's Dominion. This is a very intense coaster in which height Intimidator 305. The height is 305 feet tall. The speed is 90 miles per hour, and the length is 5,100 feet of track. This is a really intense coaster. This is the only coaster I've grayed out on, and doesn't have too much airtime, but the forces are insane. It's in my opinion, from all the coasters I've seen on the internet, the most intense coaster in the world. Not saying that it's better than any of the coasters high on this list, but it's a really good ride. Number 6 is Maverick. Number 5 is Maverick at Cedar Point. This is 105 feet tall, speed of 70 miles per hour, and has a length of 4,550 feet of track. This coaster is amazing, where it has some good, decent airtime, is really intense, like Intimidator 305, and has some good drops, great launches, and It has some great inversions. All in all, for what this ride is, it's great, and it's like the second best coaster in Cedar Point. And it's just one of used to be one of my like high up there when it came to my rankings. Number 4 is El Toro at Six Flags Great Adventure. This coaster used to be my number 1, but things overtake it. It has a height of 181 feet, a speed of 70 miles per hour, and a length of 4,400 feet of track. This coaster has the best first drop I have ever ridden. Its airtime is amazing, and riding it in 2019 it did get the final couple of turns did get a little rougher, but other than that, this coaster is glossy smooth and it's an amazing ride. Number 4 is Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion. This coaster was my second ever RMC. I sat in the back row and 111 feet tall, 54 miles per hour, had 3,351 feet of track. This coaster has a barrel roll drop and it 20 airtime moments. It is amazing how it never loses speed, or at least during the summer, and how it had like those 3 back-to-back airtime hills are possibly the best part of the ride and the best airtime you'll get at King's Dominion. Number 2 is Fury 325 at Carowinds. This is a B&M Giga coaster at 325 feet, a speed of 95 miles per hour, and a length of 6,600 feet of track. This coaster is amazing. It's fast. At first, I thought it was overrated because the POVs made the ride look sluggish, but when I rode it for the first time this year, I thought that Fury, like the POVs, do not do this ride justice. It's amazing. It's fast. It's everything you will want from B&M Giga Coaster. It has airtime. It has a really good head chopper, if you even want to call it that, and the treble clef and the dive under the bridge after the treble clef. And all in all, I think the I used to think that this could have possibly been the best steel coaster out there if I ever got to ride it before I rode Steel Vengeance at Cedar Point. A height of 205 feet, speed of 74 miles per hour, and a length of 5,740 feet of track. This ride is amazing. It has the airtime, it has the inversions, it has the height, it has the speed, it has the length, and like the best part of the ride is that sustained moment of ejector at this Outer Bank turn right here, and um, I think it deserves all the hype it gets. Some people may think it's overrated. I don't really care. I I don't care about people's opinions. I mean, I like let them have their opinions, but like it's not something I get too worked up about. And so I think this is the best coaster in the world. I think it's amazing. I think Cedar Point did a really good job. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Bye. At some point, this what here's what we'll do. Yeah, I will see you all next time. Bye.